Hello people, today I have with us the Spinatio Knight type. This is the EXM A9K. Obviously here he is without his armor set. This is just the plain Jane Spinatio with his really cool injection molded metallic armor pieces on his torso, his legs, and his calves here. His feet too. I really like the tone that they went with. It's a nice shade of silvery and almost blue that matches really well with the blue color of the rest of his armor. I didn't do anything with this except for take it out of the box, put them together, and as you see, he looks actually really good with just straight out of the box. I really enjoyed putting him together. I do really like the Spinatio and Spinatia kits, in case you couldn't tell already. But I'm going to go ahead and put his armor on and we'll show you what that looks like. I have shown the articulation on these guys before, so I'm not going to go ahead and do that in this video. But let me go ahead and get that guy set up for you. Alright, now I got his armor on, his shield and sword. As you can see, he is much thicker and much more knight-like than what you saw before. The spindly and somewhat puny look of the Spinatio as he was is now covered in armor plate. I particularly like the ones on the legs. They remind me of the Durga from Frame Arms. The nice shoulder armor looks really cool on him. There is an issue with my flaps. These ones here, they plug into these very commonly used pieces inside that clip onto the arm part. Those ones, that one on this side here doesn't want to hold it properly. And I swapped sides with them and it did work out fine, but it's still, when it came right out of the box, it had an issue. The armor here on the skirt is actually really interestingly designed. It clips into the C-clips on the hips and then comes upward on a peg, and then you put the 3mm port there. I can see that part right there being used a lot. So I hope that one goes to the customizers out there and you guys get a lot of use of it. You guys are all amazing. I love seeing your stuff. The armor parts here, really, really cool in that same cool blue silver. I don't know if you guys can see it the same way I do. I am colorblind, so I will admit that the things that I see and say sometimes aren't exactly right, but it is a really cool color in my eyes, so I really do enjoy the way this looks. I think the face plates are really awesome. It's a little higher than I'd like. Like if I was to make a knight, it wouldn't make it so tall, but it is a really cool appearing plate there at his head. Some of the features that you have here, you have the C-clip on his shoulder, so you can mount something else to that, like a weapon. Oops, and I knock over the other side. Let's see, that came off, and that's what keeps happening. It just slides off. This one came off where it's supposed to, which is at the peg here. The arm part plugs into that, and it's supposed to sit there like that. I did add a lot of pressure to that one to make it knock off. This one, on the other hand, is sliding off of this thing really easily, and I don't know why it's this one. Like I said, I swapped sides with it. It isn't this part. It is indeed this part. The other one is fine. So it must have been a quality control issue there. Nothing I can't fix, though, with a little bit of cement. But let me show you some of the other features. The skirting armor up front here rotates. These ones do too, at a very limited extent because they are captured by that skirting armor up front, but you can move it to the back pretty easily. And it does move up and down on that nice peg, so on that nice C-clip. And then again, these do rotate here as well, so that's really cool. The arm guards have the same 3mm port there. And now I knocked that one off. Okay, we're just going to leave that one. They still maintain their 3mm port, which is how I attach the shield. So you just put the shield in right there, and that plugs into there. You can also put it at the back. because you have that nice 3mm port. There's 2 more here. This one has a peg here, so you can put that out as back here. In addition to that, there is a handle for the shield. Let me put this guy down. This handle for the shield has a slot, and you can actually put the sword straight through there, and that holds both of them together. You want to plug this in here, then you can plug the sword in here, and you got both of them together. Actually, maybe that's a bad idea, but loosely there, that is something you can do. Probably not in that order, though. Still, rather cool little feature that you can play with. So you can put either the sword, the shield, or both together and make that work. And there is space in there for his handle there. I don't like how that looks because it is pushing his head, but it is something that you can do. You can also move that handle up higher so that it doesn't look, or doesn't move his head. You couldn't put it lower because there are no ports on the very lower side of the shield, but beggars can't be choosers. That is what we got here right now. Now for size, he is the same size as any other Spinatio. He just has that little hat. There isn't any extension on his feet, so he isn't any bulkier down there or any longer. All the add-on parts just go on top of what he is, so it's not like you made him grow in any way, shape, or form. That said, the only weaknesses that I've seen in this thing are those shoulders, which I think is pretty typical for the Spinatio ones coming out like that. And then me roughly handling it there, knocking this one off. But it isn't something that you can't fix. Like I said, a little bit of the little CA glue will help make those a little bit wider. You know, a little sanding strip, make it nice and tight fitting. A nice and tight fitting in here. That will work wonders to get this back to where it belongs, because it is a really, really cool piece. I really love the way it looks, and I don't want it to continue falling like that. But with that all out of the way, I think that with my my hype for this one in particular being so high, it's almost unfair to me to say that you need to get this one, because I was so excited, you don't even know. I love Knights. The Gyan is my favorite Gundam, original Gundam mobile suit, because it is a Knight type, and I love the idea of that fencer, Knight, heavily armored, suit of armor type look. It's it's got to be one of my favorite looks. So of course this thing totally appeals to me directly, and I can't say in all good faith that my 10 out of 10 here is going to be fairly earned or deserved, because it does have that shortcoming that I didn't see in the other Spinatios. But that said, I still do recommend it, even if it wasn't for the Knight type look. This is a really cool colorway. I really like the silver on it. Even in the injection molded, injection metallic, it looks really great. So I would recommend getting this kit. And if you are a fan of Knights or of these 30-minute missions in general, this one's definitely a hit. With that though, I will go ahead and say thank you very much for watching. I will see you guys next time, or you'll see me. More than likely you'll see my stuff. Bye bye.